So, welcome back here in Hanover at the Hannover Messe, at the stand of Continental. Great to have you here. Now it's time for our third talk, and we want to talk about a very important topic, a topic everyone is talking about. It is sustainability. And of course, sustainability is very important for Continental as well. And I just read this statement from Continental. For Continental, sustainable business is about creating meaningful, positive impact for our industries, for our stakeholders, and for us. But what does that actually look like, especially when it comes to rubber? That is what I want to find out now in our talk, and the title of our next talk is Rubber and Sustainability, Does That Fit? And I'm looking forward to meeting now my guests here on stage, and the first one is the head of sustainability at Continental AG. Please welcome Dr. Steffen Schwarz-Höfler.
Yeah.
Yes, please put your hands together.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. And I would like to welcome on stage Dr. Klaus Wolfgang Jakobsen. Yeah, you can clap your hands again. Yes, hello. You're a chemist at Compounding Technology, Material Development at Contitech, and last but not least, she knows everything from yesterday, because yesterday she was here on stage as well. She is head of business development at Contitech. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Swantje Olderp.
Thank you.
Let's shake hands as well.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Perfect. So first of all, please tell us a little bit about yourselves and actually what you're doing in the company. Yeah, the title is quite nice, but tell us what you're doing. Maybe we start with you.
Yeah, that's one of the basic questions that you always receive when you say, well, I'm head of sustainability, and the question is, what the hell do you do every day? Actually, sustainability, as you said, is something that has become very important for business, for industries. And sustainability has gained a certain ecosystem. So there are certain rules, there are certain issues you need to cover. It's all about making, and don't put me here as Michael Jackson, making the world a better place. But it's about changing the world we live. And there are different ideas about how to change that. And you need processes to manage these different expectations, bringing them together. And come on, we're a business. You need to organize somehow that you make a business out of it and not just write reports.
Perfect.
Yeah, next one is me, Klaus Wolfgang Jakobsen. I'm a chemist. I'm working in Hamburg, and I'm responsible for the raw materials of the one part of Contitech, it's the Phoenix Compounding Technology. And I'm part of the innovation community of Contitech as well. And at least I think I am here in the position of being the ivory tower of this three persons here, just to the scientific approach of Contitech for sustainability.
Yeah, Swantje Olderp. When you ask what does business development have to do with sustainability, ultimately business development is about our customers and as values in our society and business change. And we want to propose new value propositions to our client which matter to them. Sustainability is actually quite an important topic which you can actually integrate in future business models.
Great. So, Steffen, let's start talking about sustainability. So tell us, what is Continental doing to make tomorrow's future clean and sustainable? And maybe you have some examples to show us.
Maybe first of all, start with a quote that you took from our management report.
Oh.
Where you said like...
was not confidential or something like that,
fine.
yeah?
We published that, and we also got the assurance of KPMG that everything is checked and is fine. The idea of sustainability and creating positive impact means that you as a company, we as business are always in a situation in a certain value chain where we can make a difference. And sustainability is not about creating the difference where we do not matter, but creating the difference where we do matter. So even, for example, like it's important that we use here regular cups instead of paper cups. That's important, yes, but as Continental, we're shaping industries, we're shaping automotive industry, we're shaping, I mean, looking at conveyables, we're shaping mining industry, we're shaping different other industries. And sustainability for Continental with this regard means that we want to shape these industries going forward into a future that is better, where these industries fit better to sustainability rather than doing nitty-gritty small projects everywhere.
So let's take a look into the future. What is your vision of a sustainable Continental AG? Maybe we talk about 2030. Yeah. What do you want to achieve in 2030?
Well, I want to achieve quite a lot, but let's see what's realistic. We're working in several industries which are undergoing a huge transformation. Just simply take the automotive industry. Who would have imagined having such high standards set by the European Union for 2030? That's a game changer. That's something that's going to transform the industry, and you can see that the different industries are a bit frightened how that's going to turn out for these industries. And let's go some years back with the utility sector. The utility sector had a similar change, a rapid change, completely dramatically changing business models, and they struggled. And they struggled because they were not prepared that such a change is actually happening, and they were not prepared in terms of how to deal with it, how to create business models that fit to these transformations. And what I want to have as a vision for 2030 is that we have shaped these trends, that we have shaped this transformation, and that Continental is not one of these players that got lost somehow on the way, but that is some business that gains from this transformation. We want to make business out of this transformation rather than just looking at others transforming our industries.
So I really feel the passion you have for sustainability. So let's talk about passion. What personal topics regarding sustainability do you have real passion for?
Yeah, I mean, there are two big issues. One big issue is climate change. For sure, I mean, we need to do something about that. And if you look around in different industries, different companies, we have to act now, and we will have some changes which will be changing the way we live, we do business quite a lot. So that's something where we need to step up. And I mean, the interesting thing is we do have the technology for that. It's no problem to have a zero emissions world. The problem is how to make an economy zero emissions, not the technology, but the economy, how to do that, how to scale up industry, how to industrialize solutions. And that's really something that is, for me, something where we should put our passion in, not just like saying it's not possible, but how to find solutions to actually do it with what we already have. That's one of the issues. And the second issue is quite related to that. We need people. We need good people for that. I mean, the ideas do not come from a company. In the end, every idea comes from single persons, and we need to motivate these people. We need to bring them in ecosystems where they can work, where they can live their passion, where they can create ideas. So inspiring workplaces and finding the right people is absolutely crucial for achieving this transformation. So therefore, it's just an enabler. It's not the final goal, the people. But without the people, we will be lost on the way.
Okay, great. So, Klaus Wolfgang, talking about sustainability, how sustainable is rubber?
Yeah, okay. Due to the 28 years of expertise in rubber, I might be so that I'm not totally unprejudiced. But at least I'm pretty sure rubber shows a real high degree of sustainability. Yeah, it's very good. And so far as a material, also in the applications of rubber. Why? The question is, okay, at first let's have a look of the pillar of ecological items. Yeah? Rubber is made for a very high amount, from natural rubber. Natural rubber is a regrowing resource. That's quite interesting. A regrowing resource. Next one is, for example, stearic acid. I'm not sure whether you know how to use it, but we need it for the rubber compounds. Yes, factors, fatty acid esters, cashew nut shell oil. Yeah, we have such things in the rubber materials, and for example, there is something else. We are now trying EPDM made from sugar cane. So regrowing raw materials play an important role in our rubber raw materials. Okay, to be honest, it's not 100% of the truth. Yes, a certain amount, and not the small one, is made by oil. Just have a look at such a rubber recipe. We have at first the polymers. I've mentioned the natural rubber. About 40 to 50% of world rubber consumption is natural rubber, the regrowing resource. But the other polymers are oil-based, but they have very different properties. For example, if to avoid that the tire becomes flat, you need a gas-tight polymer. That's butyl. Butyl is made by oil. It's oil-based. Yes, then we have carbon black in the rubber recipe. First is polymer, then carbon black. Carbon black is also oil-based, but made from coal tar, and to a certain extent is made by a pyrolysis of old tires. Yeah, it's more scientific at the now. The quantity is not so big, but we have to head to this recycling of such raw materials. Then we have some oil in. Most of it is oil-based. Then do not forget the crosslinker. The crosslinker, the sulfur very often. Just imagine we have a dish of spaghetti, and when we cross-link the spaghetti by a crosslinker, that's the transformation from the plastic state into an elastic state. From Play-Doh to bouncy ball. That's the idea, yeah? That's great. But this is one disadvantage of rubber, it will not melt. If the rubber will melt, it would be easier to make recycling processes. We have to get some more deeper into recycling to get more reclaim or ground rubber to be better in recycling. But that's the ecological part of it. Then we have some economical. Rubber is very good to save energy just in the production. DIN IN 50001, for example. But have a look at the tires. A lot of development was done in the last decades or in the last years. Rolling reduction of tires is definitely reduced. So we have some improvement in energy consumption. And the last is the social one, the social pillar of sustainability. Also have a look at the tire. Why the tire? Tire is good for braking. As you drive with the car, tires are very good in braking. And as you imagine you are in an ambulance, you will feel the comfort of the tire. Yes, lying as an Asian person in the ambulance, you will feel the comfort by the tire. Mostly not, but you will feel if there would be no tire. Yeah, that would you will feel definitely. Yeah, that's it. So I think we are really sustainable. We have such a sustainable material, but there is one thing which is really difficult. We should be sometimes it's not clear which direction we have to go. If you mention here, I look around, I'll ask you, what's better, paper bag or plastic bag? The belly tells you nothing. Jute bag would be the best one, because for paper you need a lot of water. And regarding to the plastic bag, it's how we use it. And that's that's very important regarding to sustainability. The user is very decisive to keep or get real sustainability. Using a plastic bag very often, it will give you a better sustainability. What we have also have a look to, this belly feeling very often is not right. And the other hand is that all things change. If I would ask a scientist in 1850 or so, what is the biggest ecological problem in a city? They may answer, that's a horse. Horses would be the biggest ecological problems in the city. Per day you have a solid emission of 5 to 10 kg and a liquid emission between 3 and 10 liters per day, per horse. And the solution for such ecological problem is the car. If you ask someone in 2019 whether the car is a solution for an ecological problem, you might get a question mark then. But it is. So things go ahead and it's flow. That's difficult from us. For us as a chemist, I'm a chemist, I have to make the choice about the raw materials I have to use for the raw material, for the rubber compound. That's not so easy. Yeah? We have some ecological key figures to be better in regrowing or resource safety or resource safety and being healthy or not. But that's also not so easy. The ecological key figures are quite good. Carbon footprint, biodiversity, and so on. That's a lot. But we do not have such data for all the things. And go back to your own daily life. what's better, butter or margarine? Yeah? Butter was very healthy in the 1940s. It was not so good in the 1960s, and now it's okay. Now it's healthy again. I think it depends on the cholesterol. So at least it's not so easy to be really sustainable. And I will not tell you that we are 100% sustainable, but we are on the right direction, and we try hard to be more sustainable, because it's really necessary to save our world. Yes, that's our feeling. Is we have a sustainable product. Yes.
You should be a team together. You should
yes, we
bring
should
him
be,
in your
yes?
team.
We are in the same company, yes? All, yeah? Okay, sorry.
Okay, no, everything is great. So we're talking here on stage about the future. So let's take a look into the future. Will there be any rubber left, or will it be replaced maybe by another material? What do you think?
Yeah, well, I'm thinking, okay, I've mentioned it before, I'm really a little bit prejudiced. I like rubber due to its unique properties, elasticity and flexibility and so on. And due to this, I think rubber will withstand the 2030, of course. But what we have to do is that we put in rubber into a more intelligent environment and make rubber more intelligent. That's an idea. And that's we can see here, we are standing here around, standing here, and around you can see all the examples for something which is more intelligent. And that's the idea. Rubber plus other materials plus IT plus intelligent solutions. Some of them might be intrinsic. It's the point of a rubber chemist. Intrinsic means rubber itself is intelligent. Our tire colleagues, they have, for example, some materials which will repair the tire. If there will be some cracks or so, the tire will be repaired by itself. Great. That's intrinsic intelligence. On the other hand, that would be some extrinsic intelligence, that rubber is covered by some intelligent applications. Here in front of us, you see the crimper. That's a machine where we can fix the fittings of a hose. And this intelligent machine has all the information someone needs. If he puts the hose in, the machinery will do all the right and will identify mistakes. Great, and that's all in the cloud and so on. On the other hand, we have the bellow, you can see it over there, which is, there is some sensoric in. That's great. It feels pressure, it feels temperature, it feels what else, yeah? And with these feelings, it can talk to us. Rubber becomes more human for us, yes? We can find a type of communication. That's an idea. And with such intelligent solutions, I'm pretty sure that rubber will sustain to 2030 and so on. And one again, sorry, we have a little time.
No, it's okay.
Okay,
it's
sorry.
We like it.
And on the other hand is what to put it back to sustainability. Continental is trying to get some additional resources for natural rubber. Yes, to have make it from dandelion, not more from the rubber tree, from dandelion. There is a scientific center in Anklam. That's very good. We have something like this, and at least we'll have a synergistic triad: sustainability, innovation, and intelligence to be at least sustainable with our products. So I think rubber is good material, and we will have it also 2030 and 2040 and 2050. I'm sorry, I'm finished now. Yeah?
No, it's okay. It's good. That was quite a speech,
Sorry.
Lisette. We need next year. We need an own speech for him here on stage. Yeah.
No, it's enough.
Thank you very much. And now I would like to talk to Svantje. You're head of business development. So which role does sustainability plays regarding the development of business models?
That's a good question.
Yes.
So,
I know.
as usual.
That's why I'm asking it.
But we are here.
Effectively, if you think about business development as in you want to approach a particular customer with something of value to him, at the same time that you are obviously cost conscientious as a company, you want to drive value innovation. And if values change, you need to address those. And if I look to the industries we're active in, there's a number of industries where sustainability is key. For example, if we're looking at energy production, energy efficiency is definitely one of the top topics on our agenda, and we do have some solutions to actually, in thermal insulation, provide coverings. And one of the business models we're thinking of, not just selling the product, but actually selling energy savings. That would be a totally new approach to our clients. Another example that I could think of is our whole presence in smart farming. On the one hand, you would think about the vehicles that are driving out on the fields, and we, for example, measure the pressure by which the tractors run over the ground. And if we don't compress the ground as much, then obviously the whole farm will be more sustainable. So this is where all of a sudden we're bringing new smart solutions to our clients, but also stuff about smart farming where we have hoses which are biodegradable, which in the end don't leave any trace because they dissolve themselves. That's all of a sudden new approaches to our client which appeal to the new value of sustainability. And that definitely is all over the press and all in the minds of our customers.
So what is the real trend for sustainability in business development at the moment? Can you tell us that?
We had the discussion yesterday, and I will come back to there's no one trend. Okay. There's always the interconnection of several trends. But if you think about the basics needs that we have, for sure, one of the prime trends that we see is sustainable food production. And I already hit the topic of agriculture just now. But I believe in food production, because our population is growing that tremendously, we will need to think about alternative ways to address food production. We will see vertical farms because we will not have the space anymore. All of a sudden we are hitting entirely new product solutions. And then also if I think about the natural food, unfortunately at some stage food will not be just natural anymore, and we're also looking at artificial food. And in that context, we will see new forms of food transportation through hoses, mixing food, making sure that it is hygienic and whatnot. So the whole food industry is definitely undergoing a major change in the entire value chain between agriculture and delivery to a client. So I think that is for every single one of us something to look out for.
Innovations are very important for developing new business models and solutions. So how important is internal innovation in that process, and what role is sustainability already playing here?
Steffen actually already hinted at that. We need to have the right people on board.
Okay.
And I truly believe that companies are not just going to be companies in 5 or 10 years, but they're going to be, let's say, value societies almost, where you have corporate citizens who actually buy into the values of a company. And we need people who believe in sustainability. And especially the young people in our company do need to believe in it, because they will be the managers of tomorrow, but it's for all of us in the company. And this is also why we take it very seriously, also innovation culture. And we actually have dedicated innovation challenges, and one of them we will actually be able to see tomorrow, because we've invited a couple of our colleagues to actually invent some sustainable solutions right here on the stand tomorrow. I think it's called something
challenge.
like,
It's the Inno Challenge, yeah?
Exactly, exactly.
Okay, great. So thank you so much for being here. I'm sure we all see and feel the passion you have for sustainability. So Continental is in good hands. Thank you for that. And yeah, thanks for being here, our guests. Ladies and gentlemen, give it one more time up for them. Thank you. And see you in 35 minutes for the next speech.